It is strawberry season, and who doesn't love a simple and easy dessert full of big, juicy, red, sweet strawberries? And in this video, I'm going to share with you two of those desserts. Strawberry Cheesecake Fluff has a buttery, flaky crust full of pecans with a fluff layer topped with sort of a syrupy, sweet strawberry. It is delicious. Then we're going to make cheesecake stuffed strawberries. This is a super simple dessert with a big wow factor, perfect to take to a party, a gathering, a family dinner, a get-together, or just eat a couple for yourself. Local strawberries are in season where I live right now, and these were freshly picked yesterday. Big, juicy, sweet red strawberries. So if you can get your hands on freshly picked local strawberries, absolutely do so. But if not, strawberries from your grocery store will do just fine. First thing we want to do is get started on the crust for our strawberry cheesecake fluff. We want to get the crust in the oven, and while it's cooling, we will make the rest of the layers of the fluff. So I'm going to make my fluff in a 9x9 pan. You can certainly double the recipe and do it in a 9x13, but tonight I'm feeding 4 of us, so I'm going to do 9x9. So you want to spray your 9x9 pan liberally with a little bit of cooking spray so that your crust doesn't stick. Then in a medium-sized mixing bowl, you want to mix 1 cup of self-rising flour and 1 stick of room temperature butter. And it's very important that your butter be room temperature. Add in 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar and mix everything well with a fork. This is not going to mix with a spoon. It's not going to turn out well for you. Just take your fork and press it against the side of your bowl to incorporate your butter, flour, and sugar. You're going to end up with buttery crumbs. That's what it's going to look like in your bowl. Dump your mixture in here, and we're going to quickly and gently press this out to cover the bottom of the pan. And I find it's easiest to use this part of your hand and just kind of push and roll to get it to spread out. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to cover the bottom of your pan. Next, you want to take a 1/2 cup of pecans, or whatever amount sounds good to you. I like to give them another crunch just so that they're smaller bites, and sprinkle them over the crust. That looks good. And just press them into the buttery crust. So now we want to take our beautiful buttery crust. It smells so good already. And we're going to pop this in a preheated 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Keep an eye on it. You want to take it out when it is fully cooked and beautifully golden brown. And then set it out until it is completely cooled. Next thing we're going to do is cut up our strawberries and put them in the glaze. So I'm going to dump my berries into a big colander here and give them a good wash. Then I want to take my clean strawberries and just drop them on a kitchen towel, and we're going to dry them off really well. Sift through your strawberries, pull out your biggest and best looking berries and set those to the side. We're going to reserve those for our cheesecake stuffed strawberries. And the best strawberries to stuff are the ones that are really fat, and when you turn them upside down, they're fat and sturdy at the bottom, and they get skinnier and taller at the top. So these are the strawberries that we're going to use in our fluff, and it doesn't matter if they're totally dry or not, because we're going to actually put a little water on them in just a minute. The strawberries that we're going to stuff, we want them completely dry. So just take a paper towel and kind of blot them off and set them to the side so that they can continue to dry. We're going to take our beautiful, clean and dry strawberries. We're going to cut off the stem at the very top and then slice them up into beautiful bite-sized pieces. So this is about 1.5 quarts of strawberries diced up in a bowl, and we're going to make the glaze for the strawberries. And the secret to the strawberry glaze is strawberry glaze, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. I prefer this Marzetti brand. You can find lots of brands of strawberry glaze, and you can even find this in a sugar-free version. So take your tub of glaze, put it into a mixing bowl. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this for now. And the secret is to mix in some warm water into the glaze. It'll break it down and loosen it up. And we want to turn this from a glaze that is thick to almost a syrup. So we want to mix in this water gently so you don't splash it all over yourself. Little bits at a time until it's the way we want it. Now we're getting somewhere. See how this is starting to turn into a syrup? I'm going to do just another dash. So this is perfect. This is a runny syrup, which is exactly what we want. So now we want to take our big bowl of strawberries and cover them in our strawberry syrup. I'm trying my best not to splash this on my strawberry shirt. So our beautiful bowl of syrupy strawberries is ready, and we're just going to pop this in the refrigerator for the meantime. So this is our last step, the fluff. So you want to take an 8-ounce block of cream cheese that is room temperature, and it has to be room temperature or again, this is not going to work. And we're going to drop it into a large mixing bowl. Add to that a half a cup of sour cream and 1 cup of powdered sugar. So give this a little stir with your spoon to incorporate that powdered sugar into the cream cheese so it doesn't fly all over you when you turn on your hand mixer. And then beat it with a hand mixer until it is light and fluffy. Then you want to add in 4 ounces of whipped topping. And just gently fold this in to your cream cheese mixture. And this is what it will look like. So what we made was 1 serving of cheesecake fluff. I'm going to use a certain amount of this and put it on my buttery crust, and I'm going to reserve a little bit to stuff my strawberries. So this is my buttery crust that is golden brown and is completely cooled, and I'm going to spread on the cheesecake fluff. So now we're ready to serve our cheesecake fluff. I'm going to carefully cut a piece. Hey! And top it with a huge dollop of our syrupy strawberries. So look at this dessert. Fresh, local, juicy, bright red strawberries on a buttery crust with homemade cream cheese fluff. So now we're ready to stuff our strawberries. We set our biggest strawberries aside and we're going to cut the ends of them so that we can stuff them with that cheesecake mixture. So you want to take your very large strawberry and just slice off so that it's flat the stem and then set it upside down. Then we're going to take our knife and make an X in the top of the strawberry and very gently pull your strawberry apart, but don't pull it apart all the way to the bottom because your strawberry is going to go boop. You want it to stay together but just kind of open and widen so we can fill it with our cheesecake. I'm going to put the remaining cheesecake fluff into a Ziploc baggie so that we can stuff our strawberries. Roll the top over. You want to take your fluff, squeeze it, and push it all down to one corner. Snip off just the little tip of this baggie, and we're going to open up our strawberries. Put your baggie in and just pipe it in until it fills up your strawberry. Like that. So here's what they look like stuffed, but we are not finished yet. We're going to take some graham cracker crumbs and sprinkle them along the top for cheesecake stuffed strawberries. So look at these little cuties. I told you they were a showstopper. They are so impressive, and really all you need to serve somebody is one or two of these, and it is a full-size dessert. And I'll tell you, my daughter is sitting here watching me, waiting for me to get finished with this plate so I can hand it over to her. So I wasn't joking when I told you that we were going to make two fantastic desserts, all with a homemade cheesecake fluff and fresh local strawberries. We got our Strawberry Cheesecake Fluff, which is so delicious. This is what we're going to be having on Mother's Day. Then your Cheesecake Stuffed Strawberries are great for a party. These little cuties are fantastic. So run out and get yourself some fresh local strawberries and make yourself one of these fantastic desserts. And if you want another idea of what you can make with great strawberries, check out my fruit salsa with homemade cinnamon tortilla chips. I'll link it in the description box below. See you later.